I'm happy to introduce everyone here to the work we're doing at Stream Ocean. And it's very practical because, well, that's what the ocean needs right now. We're bringing, as Marco said, fish image recognition and data points to people right on their desktop. OK. So I just want to emphasize the fact that the oceans deliver trillions of dollars worth of value to people per year. Not only that, they provide us with oxygen. It provides us with food. And it's the biggest carbon dioxide sink in the world. So unfortunately, the oceans are sick right now. As many of you might know, the ocean is becoming much more acidic because of climate change. If current trends continue, more than 90% of coral reefs are estimated to be completely depleted, meaning extinct, by mid-century. That's coming very soon. That means that we need to change what we're doing. The ocean is sick. A sick ocean equals a sick planet, and a sick planet means uninhabitable planet by Homo sapiens and everyone, all creatures on the planet. We have to change the way we're treating the ocean. And the good thing is, right now, governments are sitting in Montreal discussing what's called the Global Biodiversity Framework. It's not going to solve all problems, but governments are recognizing the issues here, and they've already earmarked billions of dollars to pour into fixing the ocean and making it healthy again, and it's about to get a big push because of this biodiversity framework. In the same way that the Paris Agreement in 2015 gave a massive push to the whole climate change topic, the biodiversity topic is about to take off, and it's already started to. I would say all climate change projects are going to be nature-based solutions, which are effectively biodiversity projects because of these multiple elements that biodiversity projects have with them. Like I said, food, oxygen, healthy planet. We all need it. It's good for the planet, and it's good for us as well. However, there's a big challenge when it comes to monitoring projects in the ocean. And as you can see here, this photo is actually what monitoring the ocean looks like today. It's a diver swimming around with a camera on the belt and a notepad. It's completely unscalable, it's inappropriate, it's not modern at all, it's expensive, it's not the future of monitoring. Monitoring is an enabler for deploying capital. Like you all know, you give capital to something that has KPIs, you need to know that those KPIs are met. This approach is out the door. It's time for a new paradigm. According to our forecast, even the current amount of capital that is earmarked for monitoring is around 150 million per year. This is frankly in Stream Ocean scope. There's very few solutions that are out there that capture any of this monitoring funding because projects are just self-monitored right now. And right now for our product, I would say there's several sectors that are our beachhead market: corporates, there's science and research, and there's also governments. You may think it's funny to say science and research as a potential market opportunity, but the fact is that even science doesn't quite understand how the oceans work right now. There's some parts of the oceans that are very resilient, other parts where they're completely sick, and to understand what makes this more resilient than the other, there's lots of science and research that needs to go on. So they also need our monitoring solution. In terms of corporations, we see lots of demand from food and agricultural sectors, tourism, as well as maritime. And the way I see it, as this biodiversity framework comes out, every company that has their supply chain running into the ocean is going to look at fixing their supply chain, because making their supply chain more healthy and resilient is good for their business, period. So I see this as a beachhead market with lots of opportunities to come into the future. So what we've developed at Stream Ocean, at least our core product, is a camera that stays clean and has significant data processing capabilities. It stays underwater for long periods of time, years, without needing service, and it's actually much cheaper than other competing solutions. With data processing capabilities, as Marco said, you can just do object recognition. You can have lots of information about fish species, about size, health, growth, about abundance, and you can connect this, well, you can display the information on an online platform, giving users, anyone wanting to know about ocean health, 24/7 access to their project almost in real time. Now, in order to keep our cameras powered with internet and electricity, we currently build a tower in the water. It looks like what you see on the left-hand side of the screen. And then we have umbilical cables that go out to the cameras. Now, because we have equipment in the water, we also attach other sensors like hydrophones for audio, temperature sensors, and we're working on other sensors for acidity. So we're developing really a very comprehensive model. And all of this information, like I said, is available via an online platform, which completely desolates this idea of having divers going into the water frequently to do, frankly, quite biased hand research. It's standardized, it's real time, you have everyday data, and it's even cheaper than what the current status quo is for monitoring. These are just some numbers that we have. Let's say we're a small company, only about a year old, so we have only around 15 cameras that have been deployed, but we see already hundreds of different fish sightings every day, and we have a healthy pipeline of projects. Our revenue model is actually quite simple. It's a SaaS model. We install equipment for a low fee, but we have monthly revenues based on the usage of our online platform. So it reduces costs up front, it's cheaper, and as I said before, it's a total game changer in terms of trying to monitor what's under the ocean, and it's entirely what's needed right now in order to deploy the capital that's coming very soon. We have a great team. We're based here in Zurich. I was a founder of a startup that we sold a few years ago to MSCI. We were a climate data provider, so it's in the same sort of realm. It's a small team, but full of hardware and software developers, and obviously a team of people that know how to grow small companies. We have a very clear development pipeline. Right now, we have this tower approach, but we're also working with other providers for a buoy so that we can go into deeper waters. And yeah, we're actually having a seed round right now where we're raising around $1 million in capital. I'd be happy to talk to anybody about it if you're interested to talk with me after this presentation. And the fact is, in 10 years, after we're, let's say, larger and can deploy cameras in numerous different settings, we know that we're going to be the data provider for all ocean projects in order to help the world understand the ocean and respond to the impacts we have so that we can prevent the worst effects of climate change and planet health. Thank you very much. I'm finished. Have a nice afternoon.